making those thoughts powerless. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about, the different ways, we can break free from the thought spirals of narcissistic abuse. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So have you guys ever noticed how your mind gets caught in a loop? One thought leads to another, and then anxiety piles up on top of fear, which piles on top of shame, and before you know it, you are stuck in a spiral. You are spiraling. Your brain, feels like it's running on autopilot, out of control. You try to reason with yourself, calm down, be rational, be positive, but instead of relief, you feel more trapped, you feel more drowned, more powerless. If this sounds familiar, I want you to hear me clearly. This is not a weakness. It's not that you are bad at coping. This is what happens to a nervous system shaped by trauma. So what you're experiencing is because of the trauma that you have experienced, especially if you grew up with narcissistic parent or survived narcissistic abuse. You need to understand logic alone cannot pull you out of spiral. So, don't exhaust yourself, don't burn yourself out in that process of pulling yourself out. No, logic alone is not enough, because in those moments, your brain is not in logic mode, it's in survival mode. So logic is useless. Yeah. And with my own research, I have come to a conclusion for the time being, on some of the ways that can really help you come out of that spiral. And because we keep ruminating, we are stuck, time flies by and we are still stuck in the head. Yeah. So I thought, let me make a video that is going to help you come out of that spiral. So let us understand what happens in the brain of a survivor. So when you spiral, the part of your brain designed to detect danger, the amygdala, hijacks the system. We call this, in technical terms, limbic hijack. The prefrontal cortex, your reasoning brain, your ability to plan, reflect, pause, that part goes offline. And this is why thought spirals, feel so strong for survivors of narcissistic abuse. Your brain learned early on that danger could, come at any moment. And a look, a word, a sigh from your narcissistic mother or father or partner triggers that. So now as an adult, even a small trigger, smallest trigger, can, launch you into survival loop. And in those moments, you don't need insight because it won't be helpful. All what you need is reset. And I'm going to talk about, the different ways you can do the reset and recalibrate yourself. Because I was, battling, these spiral, and I had to take help of antidepressant. I had to take help of a lot of, medicine and supplement and psychiatric medication. And it used to numb me, it never used to help me. But when I started doing the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, things changed. I was able to take back the control. And of course, first I started using these things, and then I started suggesting and recommending it to my clients also, and it did bring about a lot of healthy change. It helped them, and that's all what I want, that they are helped and they come out of that spiral. Because being stuck in that spiral is horrible. And you are just stuck there, time flies and you are just stuck there. Shame, guilt, you keep ruminating. I mean, it's a very weird thing, and then it takes form of depression. You get anxiety attacks, you get panic attacks, yeah, because of being stuck in that spiral. Now, what are the different ways, we can reset? The first way, and the best way, tried and tested by me and the other clients also, is the cold reset. Yeah, and that helps reclaiming, your body from panic. Now, this first tool is not psychological. I mean, the name says it also. It's not psychological, it's physical. So when your body feels hijacked, like racing heart, shallow breath, heat rising in your chest, one of the fastest ways to interrupt that spiral is through cold exposure. Hold an ice cube, you know, here at the back of your neck, or splash cold water on your face. Or if it's cold outside, step outside, wear, less clothes and step outside and breathe in the crisp air for some time. Yeah? And what happens then is that the body activates, what's called the mammalian, dive reflex. Your heart rate slows down, your cortisol, levels lower down, your body, shifts out of that alarm mode. Yeah. And for survivors, this tool is essential and very important. It's tried and tested, and there's a great deal of research that suggests that this tool is really essential and helpful, because many of you were told growing up that you are too emotional, calm down, but no one ever showed you how. They said just put a sellotape and keep your mouth shut and stop reacting and responding and stop expressing, just numb yourself, just shut down. But nobody told you how to calm down. Did anyone tell you? I don't think so. So this, method of cold reset that activates, the mammalian dive reflex, it's really helpful. And this is a way with the help of which you can teach your body calmness without any kind of shame, guilt, criticism, confrontation. No, you can really, get the control back. Yeah, you can in a way remind yourself, I can bring myself back. Yeah, I can control myself. It's not that I'm all over the place. I mean, what I personally do is, I don't use cold water on my face all the time. I have got these ice packs, frozen vegetable packets. I take that whenever I feel I'm having a panic attack or I'm going into that state. If I'm spiraling, it happens. I mean, we are human. Even if you have gone no contact, worked on yourself, but it happens. It's a part of who we are. Our trauma shapes our future. It affects our present also. You can never really forget it or erase it. So what I do is that I take those cold gel packs and I keep it here. I keep it at the back on the nape of my neck. I keep it on my cheeks and I keep it on my eyes. Yeah, and I wrap this in 5 minutes, and that's it. I am back in the present and everything is fine. Yeah, it's like a reset and I'm all fine and ready to conquer the world. So I mean, this is quite an effective method. Yeah, sometimes you don't need talk therapy. You need these kind of things that can actually bring you out of that state. Yeah? The other way how you can come out of that spiral is with the help of cognitive diffusion. Yeah, it's like untangling from toxic thoughts. Yeah, so this second tool comes from acceptance and commitment therapy. It's called cognitive diffusion. When you spiral, your mind fuses with the thought, I'm worthless, everyone will abandon me, I'll never get it right. And when you've been raised by narcissistic parents, those thoughts aren't random. They are echoes of the voice you grew up hearing. Yeah. So this practice of cognitive diffusion is simple. Instead of saying I am a failure, you say I am having the thought that I am a failure. Instead of nobody loves me, say I'm having the thought that nobody loves me. People are going to abandon me. Instead of saying that, say to yourself, I'm having a thought that people might abandon me. Yeah, and this tiny little shift, this small shift gives you distance. The thought is no longer the absolute truth, it shifts. I'm having the thought that nobody loves me. I'm having the thought that people might abandon me. I'm having the thought rather than people will abandon me. I'm having the thought. So you are making those thoughts powerless. It becomes an event in your mind, not your identity. And this is very powerful for survivors because it helps break the fusion with the narcissistic parent's voice or the narcissistic abuser. I mean, the narcissist's voice, and you begin to notice that that voice isn't me, but it's not me, and that's enough for you to come back into reality. That is enough to disconnect yourself from those thoughts, from those voices. Yeah, because these narcissists, they do live rent free in your mind for a very long time. So this is also quite a helpful method, and I do it in a sequence. I do the cold reset, then I do the cognitive diffusion, and then I do the bilateral stimulation. Now let us understand what bilateral stimulation is. So this third tool comes directly from trauma therapy. Bilateral stimulation, it simply means alternating movement or sensation from side to side. Yeah, like tapping your knees, crossing your arms into butterfly hug, and tapping your shoulder, even marching slowly in place. Just tap your knees, do this, it helps, right? And you can incorporate other tappings also, this, but yeah, this one is good. Tapping your knees is good, and even marching slowly in place is good, like slowly, slowly, slowly. And why does this work is because spirals trap you in one hemisphere of the brain, usually the left, the analytical side. But alternating rhythm engages both hemispheres. Yeah, and it forces communication between the logic and the emotional, and this results in the calming of nervous system, and creates what researchers call dual awareness. Yeah, I can feel the pain and I can also feel the rhythm of my hand. I can be in both. I can you know experience both. I don't have to experience only pain, but I can experience the other things as well. I can experience everything. I can experience the rhythm in my hand. The pain is there, but I can hear this. I can experience this. I can feel this. Right? Yeah, I can be both. And for survivors, this is profound because as a child, when you were trapped in a spiral created by your narcissistic mother or father, you had no dual awareness. You were just engulfed and absorbed, and this is it. This is reality. This is who I am. But bilateral stimulation breaks that belief. Bilateral stimulation helps you come out of that belief. Yeah, come out of that engulfed state. I personally feel bilateral stimulation is a tool that gives you back your choices. It lets you step out of engulfment into regulation, and it helps. I do this, then I tap, then I uh, tap my knees, then I do slow walking, then cold exposure that I talked about, and then I get into this cognitive diffusion. So all this in sequence helps me. Earlier I tried doing one also, I mean one of these, it helps, but if you do it in sequence, it helps. It really works like magic. Give it a try. I mean, you do your own research also. I really don't want to spoon feed you guys. Do your own research. I mean, um, do some research about cold reset, you know, um, find out or do some research as to how you can, activate, the mammalian dive reflex, how to, engage in cognitive diffusion, and how to engage in bilateral stimulation. Do your own research. This video is enough. Of course, this is to educate you guys so that you know the different ways, but do your own research also and try incorporating all of it. I incorporate, all of this, at one go and throughout the day also. So if I'm spiraling for quite some time, then early in the morning I start with cold exposure, then I do late in the afternoon a little bit of cognitive diffusion. I sit, I reflect, and I journal, and I spend time alone, and I engage in cognitive diffusion, and then later in the evening I get into bilateral stimulation, yeah, or even before bed. Sometimes, after I wake up, I get into bilateral stimulation, and trust me, all of it helps. It's not that it's just something. No, I need to speak to someone. Okay, I get it. You need to speak to someone. We all need to speak to someone. But apart from that, there are a lot of things that you can do to ease out your pain and take back the control, take back the charge. So yes, I mean, these are, some of the tools that I suggest my clients. I personally use it on a regular basis, and it really helps me. In case if you would like to add in something, please feel free and share your experience. I would also love to learn, and I would also love to explore if there is new ways out there that can help you calm and relax you, for the time being. I mean, why not incorporate the healthy things? So do your own research and look into these three methods, these three tools. It really helps. So yes, this was it. In case if you would like to add in something, please comment below. Till then, take care of yourself, and lots of love and blessings to all of you. And there's so many things to learn. Narcissistic abuse by my narcissistic parents, made me strong. It did break me, but it did make me strong. And look, we have created a community where all of you wonderful individuals are there. We keep sharing our thoughts and experience, and we keep supporting each other. So we have made a good life for ourselves, and this is the only way forward. We will not become some other different weird version. We will be who we are, and this is the only way forward. We need to learn to manage, optimize, and that's it. That's what life. We need to start living, and we need to start learning things on a regular basis. Yeah, so never stop learning. So yes, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.